world's northernmost city, Murmansk. I'm in Murmansk, and because of the condensation, all the cars are smoking as if they had holes in their exhaust pipes. Larder power.
Hello.
I've always wanted to come here because it is a symbol of the far north, the gateway to the Arctic. Spasiba. There are men on the roof. Murmansk station with its red star. There are quite a few trains in Russia. But it really is quite different from back home. I feel a bit isolated here. People don't speak much English. It's not that easy to find your bearings. The layout is quite geometric, but I can't read Cyrillic, so I don't have a clue about street names.
Can I come? Oh. Rémi. And you? Alexander.
Excellent.
Are you here for the Festival of the North?
No, for a documentary about reindeer. Lover Zero.
Oh, reindeer. Right.
I'm going to find a viewpoint, to see the city from above, to see how it's organised. I can see that there is water and there are towers, but I can't figure out the layout of the city. Ah, more dogs. Dogs everywhere. So you're the guard here, are you? You're a very cuddly guard. To the south lies Moscow, to the east lies Siberia and Kamchatka, and on the Kola Peninsula I'm going in search of an animal that links humans with nature. The reindeer. Right, I'm off to the museum. I think there are more animals to see there than in the city. Remy. The city's regional museum contains a huge display of stuffed animals, a menagerie fixed in supposedly natural positions. This is apparently the only place where I can see a reindeer in Murmansk.
Wow. It's very big, eh? This is the male, no? With the big antlers. This.
Yes, some females have antlers too.
Okay, very impressive. They have very broad hooves. These reindeer are from the forest. They haven't really been domesticated and they have brown coats, whereas the semi-domesticated reindeer from the tundra are more grey and white.
People who live in the city all year long, do they have a special feeling about these species that is very, very related to human being in this region?
Yes, of course. They are emblematic of the tundra and of the north in general.
Symbol.
There's a festival here called the Festival of the North. Everyone brings their reindeer and we organize races.
Then sometimes we can see reindeer around Murmansk. But if I want to see more reindeers, I have to go into the wild.
Yes, to the tundra where the herds are.
Reindeer may be rare in Murmansk, but that is not the case for certain birds which have adapted to the cold, such as gulls. They gather in Kola Bay, near the fishing port. To find out more, I have arranged to meet Anastasia, who studies their sometimes overpowering populations. She is going to tell me more about these birds, which constitute some of the rare examples of wildlife in this city.
Then do we see the girls from here, or?
This is where the gulls are most likely to nest.
Ah, but they are on the roofs. Ah, okay, I understand. Okay.
I get it now. The gulls we see flying around the city actually nest on rooftops. That must be the case in lots of cities around the world. And it's plain to see here. If you look hard, you can see that they are spread over every square metre across the rooftop. Every chimney and satellite dish is taken over by pairs of gulls in the nesting season.
They attack each other if they overpass the limit. How does it work?
Yes, absolutely.
Because some biologists or ornithologists call the girls crows from the sea crows.
Yes, they do sometimes prey on one another. When they are hungry, they might even steal the eggs from neighbouring nests.
Cannibalism.
Yes, but that's very rare.
The birds seem to be everywhere above our heads, both in the air and nesting on buildings. Commensal species are species which profit from another species, in this case, the human race, without harming it. They don't cause us any direct harm. They don't attack us like in a Hitchcock movie, but they live among us, on our rooftops, and feed off our rubbish. Anastasia has something in her apartment she wants to show me.
Hello. It's here? Oh!
Now there's a surprise.
I really love birds, huh? For rescuing a hurted ghoul and give her like your own kitchen, like it's a proof of love, no?
At first, we were only going to keep it for 3 days. Then we thought it might be more like 2 months. But then it became longer because it transpired that rehabilitating this bird before releasing it was very difficult. Restoring its plumage in the apartment is virtually impossible.
This makes me smile, because the only other person I know who has a gull in his apartment is Gaston Le Gaff, who has a cat and a gull. I just saw a beautiful white cat here too, so it's like being in Gaston's apartment. It's really fascinating to discover the city's hidden wildlife. Murmansk gets its name from the Sami word, Mmen, meaning edge of the earth. Living on a partially frozen fjord can't always be easy. They probably owe their strength of character to the harshness of their environment, which freezes over for more than 8 months out of 12. Their personalities reflect those of the gulls, or sea pirates, from the northern seas who have had to adapt to tough living conditions. The strength of spirit in these places is undeniable. I'm finally leaving Murmansk to explore wilder stretches, away from the buildings and the traffic. I'm heading for the tundra and the remote village of Tereberka, tiny port on the glacial Arctic Ocean. I met Yuri thanks to various contacts, and he has offered to show me around the tundra. There is wildlife here that has adapted to what are extremely harsh conditions for a good part of the year. The vegetation is very sparse and short because the soil is poor and there isn't much rainfall. There is a dampness because there isn't much evaporation, but it doesn't rain much, so the tallest trees in the tundra where we are headed are only 40 centimeters tall.
Ah, okay.
Do you see this?
Okay.
Ah, okay. This is reindeer lichen.
Reindeer lichen. Do you think it's the only form of life, of biodiversity that I can find here in the northern line of Russia?
Come with me.
Yeah?
I will show you.
Okay. Ah.
Here we are, on the edge of the world, in the far north of the Kola Peninsula.
De la région, là, de la péninsule de Kola.
Yuri has brought me here because he knows I like birds, and in the water there are some extraordinary ducks. Arctic ducks, eiders, common eiders, Steller's eiders, long-tailed ducks. Being a bird lover, I've dreamt of seeing these ducks ever since I was a boy. They nest even further north and come here in winter to escape the ice flows. They are all diving ducks and can spend several minutes underwater. Despite the fact that my fingers, feet, nose and ears are freezing cold, I'm so excited to be here. I'm here in the far north of the Kola Peninsula. To the west lies Norway, to the east Siberia, to the south Moscow, and to the north the Arctic Pole.
L'Arctique.
The climate here is one of the world's harshest, despite the fact that thanks to the Gulf Stream, the ocean remains free of ice sheets. It feels like a ghost port, once flourishing in the time of the USSR, when it had several thousand inhabitants. This coastal town was abandoned at the end of the Cold War. But perhaps that exodus is what makes this place so magical. It feels like the end of the earth, where boats come to die. People tell me that only herds of reindeer cross this icy plain now, trampling the permafrost underfoot in search of food. If I am to find them, I must continue on my way. Yuri goes his way and I go mine, guided by the moon. I hitchhike and I'm greeted by passing trains. I sleep a little and then push on again in temperatures of minus 20 degrees. The further south I walk, the colder it gets. As I head for Karelia, I pass from the tundra to the taiga, or boreal forest, another mythical ecosystem covering stretches of still protected land. I plan to spend 2 days in the wilds of Lapland, which has several large natural parks. This must be it. Usually, large nature reserves like this have a reception or information desk, and that's where I'm meant to be meeting a team of scientists, including one named Alexander, who's going to take me into the heart of this Lap Nature Reserve.
Здравствуйте.
Bonjour, Rémy.
Bonjour. Do you speak French?
Alexander?
That's me.
Alexander.
And this is Anatoly.
Serge.
And Serge.
Serge or Sergei?
Anatole, Serge.
Serge, Anatole.
Alexandre.
Alexander.
Alex.
Okay. Go. Спасибо.
For your information, the northern taiga and the tundra consists of marshes, rivers, mountain streams and lakes. There are 32 species of mammals and 205 varieties of birds. At least, that's how many have been recorded so far.
I've come from Murmansk, from the city, and I know nothing about the wildlife on the Kola Peninsula. He's just explaining that there is the tundra and the taiga further south. There are areas where human activity has pushed back nature, but he is also explaining that the harsh conditions of the far north mean that there are very few animals anyway, even where there is quite a wide diversity. His job is to protect it and explain it to people. It's so interesting to be here in the wilds of Russia. I have a better understanding now, after looking at the map.
Well, now I want to see this nature. Let's go, of course.
But you're not properly dressed for it.
Okay.
It's cold here, with the snow and the wind. You'll be cold on the snow bike.
I want this color.
Yeah, take this ski suit.
Okay.
Please.
He says I'm ill-equipped. These guys are tough.
Tac. Très bien.
Right, I'll just follow him. Travelling to a remote ISBA from the reception at the nature reserve takes an hour and a half by snowbike along a frozen river. Alex, my guide, has promised to reveal some hidden secrets about the vast forests surrounding us. That's a swan's nest. You have to imagine the area as a sort of marsh where the swans have found a small island to build their nest on, away from predators. I'm guessing that in 3 or 4 months there will be swans' eggs here, with a swan sitting on them. I've come here for the reindeer racing season. Winter is the best time for me to witness this activity that humans share with reindeer. But the wildlife is far more elusive now than it would be in the summer. I'm worried we won't see many species of wildlife. But there are traces. He tells me a swan is building its nest here, and there are signs that a bear has been here too. What's this? A wolverine? A wolverine was here, but in winter it is hard to spot the animals.
Difficile de voir les animaux.